Hi everybody, I hope everyone's doing well. Well, today is Sunday. It is February 20th, 2022. And I'm here to give you guys updates on what's been going on. You guys seen a community post from me talking about that I needed to take about 2 weeks off. I didn't know how really much time I was gonna take off from making like vlog videos and things like that, because you guys been seeing moving chronicles from me, and I knew that I wasn't gonna make much of those. But I did upload for you guys. You guys been watching pre-recorded videos from me, and those had to be before February 6th. So like they were from January and stuff like that. And you guys been watching those. But right now, this is the only time I have to record this for you guys. So I just went to church this morning, came back, took a nap, and then I said, nope, got to get this recorded because my life right now is really, really hectic. After this video, you're going to see another life update on my moving and things like that. And what's been going on with the house search and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try to get a lot of this stuff edited fast. Anyways, guys, I'm going to make this really, really quick. I want to let you guys know what happened, but I'm trying okay, this didn't just affect me. It affected my family, my entire family. So with anything that's hard or that we go through, we all can be in different stages of that, of that process, whatever it is that we're going through. When it involves a lot of people, we can be in different stages. And so I'm going to focus in a lot on me. So you're going to hear me and I again, and I said this in other videos, and that's because my family does not make any kind of videos. They don't do YouTube, they don't do Facebook, Instagram. They have it, but they don't ever. I don't even remember the last time any of my family members have posted on Facebook. They just don't. I'm probably the most active, I think, in any kind of social media. Even my children, they're even very limited to what they post and things like that. So keeping that in mind, this is why I do say a lot of me and I and where I'm at and things like that. Okay, just to kind of give you a little bit of insight into this. But anyway, briefly, before I get started, I also want to thank you guys. I said that we were going through something in that community post, and there were some of you who commented and said you guys were praying, thinking of me, and let me know one way or the other that you guys were thinking of my family and myself in prayers. And I want to thank all of you who did that. Really means a lot to me. It really, really does. It really, really does. It felt really good. But anyway, I'm on the floor, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna just try and say this briefly. But what happened was, my sister-in-law and my brother Max and his mother-in-law, my sister-in-law's mom, they moved to Utah. I don't know if some of you guys remember when my mom passed away. I had mentioned that a brother of mine was moving to Utah, and they were so excited. But when mom passed, it sort of delayed the actual move, even though they already had an apartment there, but it delayed the actual moving. So after my mom was buried January 16th, 2021, she was buried, laid to rest. My brother passed by here and grabbed a couple of mom's things, and then he went off to Utah. He has to come through the city to get, or he passes by where I live to get to Utah, and so he passed by. And anyways, they were very happy. I mean, this is what they needed. Like, they needed that move. They were so excited. They were so happy. My brother would send a bunch of pictures of Utah and everything. Excuse me. Anyways, Recently, I would say around the middle of January, around there, my sister-in-law got COVID, but by the grace of God, she did really, really good. She did good. I mean, she was sick, but she did good. Then my brother ended up getting COVID himself, and then on the third day of him having it, my sister-in-law ended up taking him to the hospital. He was just having some trouble breathing, and she thought, no, let's just go. So she took him to the hospital. Sunday, my sister-in-law calls me and she says, hey, Max is in the hospital. He was having some trouble breathing, but the doctor told me that, well, he is nowhere needing intubation or anything. And I knew that was a really, really good thing. By then, it was probably his third day, fourth day having COVID. And so he was on treatments and everything else, okay? His oxygen levels that they were giving him, I do believe, was at 100% right away. And as time was going by, I just the little that I know about how things can start to get kind of tricky in terms of the body trying to fight this. I knew as the days were going by and my brother was still in the same range in terms of his numbers, that the longer he went on, the more the body was going to tire. I did know that. My sister-in-law was really, really good about posting us during the morning and in the evening, and in the morning and in the evening. Some posts that came through or text messages that came through were very promising. He was eating a little bit. Some days he sat up. She sent a picture of him sitting down. He looked tired in that picture, but his color was good. There was a point where my brother got some chest pains, and they did a CT scan and found that his lungs actually had scarring from COVID. My son explained to me what that would mean. He says, basically the lungs are there to expand and contract and things, and when there's a scar, it can make it harder for that lung to do that. I don't think he had them like all over, but they had found a scar from what I understand. So anyways, on February 6th, I was doing my jewelry, I was vlogging for you guys. I was doing my jewelry finally, because a lot of you know we're moving, so I was doing the moving chronicles, and so I was vlogging the whole process, or as much as I could. We got a phone call around 2:30 that afternoon and said that my brother was going to be intubated. I didn't really know the whole thing. My sister-in-law from Utah called my sister-in-law, my youngest brother's wife. Then my brother called me, but talked to my husband and told him that his oxygen levels dropped to 50, and my sister-in-law had seen 40 something. And so they put him in an induced coma and they intubated him. The day when I heard that, my legs felt like jello, like they couldn't hold me up, and then all of a sudden my body started just shaking, and I was cold, I was freezing, and it just started shaking. I don't know if my body was going into shock. I don't know what that was, but I'm a little trembling now. But yeah, it was like my legs. I couldn't hold myself up. My husband helped me to the couch, and when I was talking to my sister-in-law here, when we were talking about it, I could feel my mouth I could just feel my voice shaky, and it was really, really cold, and I just needed a blanket and things like that. Then after around 6 o'clock or so, my sister-in-law from Utah called me and said that we were going to have a meeting somehow, like a conference call or something, because the doctors had told her that basically, how long were we going to want him on life support? And I'm like, So at that point, my sister-in-law told me, is there any way Aaron, my son, can call that hospital and be told, because my sister-in-law at this point was just not understanding, what is going on. So she gave my son the code that is needed to release all the information. And then my son talked to them. At the point that my son talked to them, this was like 6:30, around there. They were actually giving Max, my brother, medication. So they told my brother to call back in an hour, and so they told my son to call back in an hour. So when my son hung up, he then called my sister-in-law, and between that time frame, somebody had called my sister-in-law, said, you need to come back to the hospital, basically, and say goodbye. At 8:57, my brother passed away. He was a year and 10 months older than me. Not much older. A year and 4 months older than me. Oftentimes my brother, when he would try to get smart with me and say, you know what, I'm your older brother, you need to listen to me, I would always tell him, not by much, you're practically my twin. Yeah. So on February 6th, he passed away at 8:57. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it on me right now, okay? But I feel at first, wow, you talk about a flood of emotions, but the one thing that I did the same thing as when I heard Mom passed away. I looked up at the heavens and I said that your will be done, and I am not going to question your will. But I told him meaning Christ, meaning God, I said to him, just hold me up. Hold me up. And I was never mad at God. I never questioned him ever. But I did tell him, just be patient with me. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. I just needed patience from him. His loving grace, his loving patience. Again, we're all in different parts of this morning. We're in different, and that's normal. So that's why I just wanted to let you guys know what happened. But there's a lot of different emotions and stuff from all of us. My younger brother, my other brother. They're all young. They're both younger than me. And I even made a comment like, oh, I didn't ever want to be the oldest, Never wanted to be the oldest. So anyways, that's what happened on February 6th. Packing this house to move became, I couldn't stop. But I couldn't do it sometimes. Some days I couldn't. It took me 2 days to get out of bed to do anything. But I couldn't stop packing. I couldn't stop this. I had to do it. I even made a vlog where I talked about it. Do you guys remember when I was telling you that shorts didn't fit me? I was packing up my jeans and I was packing up my shorts. And I said, these don't fit me. And I said, there's just so much stress. But I can't wear any of them. I want to say more. I do right now, but I'm not going to because I want to do a sit down video. But right now it's just not the time. I need to get through what I need to get through. Jeez, I'm telling you guys, it's been crazy stressful. I had mentioned my brother in the hospital, but I cut it out. Because I wanted to be able to say he made it. I wanted that, so I cut it out. But I was going through all that stress since January 22nd, 23rd. And it was never, there was moments where, oh, he's eating today. And so you feel that. But then that night she would say his oxygen levels weren't good. It was that. For like 15, 16 days, my brother gave it a good foot fight. But he tired. He tired. You know, he just tired. And once he was intubated, he basically had a heart attack. His heart was working way too hard. Anyways, guys, that's it. I want to thank you again for being there for me. I want to thank you again for the prayers and all that good stuff that you guys, all those beautiful words and stuff like that. So a lot of ruckus, sorry. But yeah, I'm okay now. I'm not okay like I'm okay, but I went to church today. I'm praying. I've always accepted the Lord's will. I accepted it from the get. But it's just, I just said, I need you to be patient. But I didn't know what that meant. I just needed him to be patient. Then I find myself not being able to go. Oh, I didn't go to church and, you know, that kind of thing. I'm Catholic, so we do the rosary for the departed. We do it for 9 days, and I did do that. Oh yeah, I was going to do that for him. And I did. And when I would do the rosary, I honestly, every day I would do the rosary. We do it for 9 days. You do it every day. You're supposed to do it every day as a Catholic. But in particular, when somebody dies, and every day I would do the rosary, I remember going to bed with such more peace, that much more peace, you know. So, like I said, now I'm good. I'm good. I'm good in the sense that I'm not breaking down and crying every second. I'm accepting the fact that I'm not going to see him here. Kind of the same things like with mom, you know, but lifting myself in the Lord, you know, and in my family. So anyways, my friends, thank you again. Kristen, you reached out to me. I want to thank you for being there for me. You have been there for me since my dad died. I remember when my dad died in 2012, you reached out to me. I won't forget. And you reached out to me, and I want to thank you for being there for me all these years. You've seen a lot of changes in my life, for sure. And so we're on to a new chapter, and it comes to moving, and I'm going to make another video for you guys and get you guys up on all that. So thank you again, guys, for the prayers. And I will ask if you can continue to pray, not only for me, but for my sister-in-law. Like I said, she's in Utah with her mom. It's just her and her mom now. But we talk to her all the time. I'm talking to her all the time. My husband helped her with a couple things that she needed help with. We are for sure going to be there for her or family till the end, right? So I've even told my brother that. I said, don't you worry about your wife. We've got her. So I want to make plans to go visit her. I've already told her that. Believe it or not, she gives me strength when I need it. And I've given her strength for sure. Yeah, we're there for each other. My whole family. Not just her and I mean my whole family. All right, my friends, I will see you guys in my next video. Check it out about the move. There's updates on that. What's going on with all that. Okay, my friends. Talk to you later.